All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this Wednesday evening live presentation for Up2Give. My name is Brandon Ivy from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here. I promise I'm going to keep this short and sweet. As a disclaimer, I am not the CEO of the company, I'm not a co-owner of the company, and I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving you financial advice. I'm simply one of you. I got a phone call from a good friend that said, Brandon, we're putting together a company that is right up your field of expertise with blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin and stuff. But our focus is going to be on education, philanthropy, and charity, and we have a model that is, let's be different. So let's talk about that difference. At Up2Give, we have a strong moral and integral purpose-driven vision to change lives around the world through our ecosystem. We're standing on 4 pillars, the first being philanthropy, the second being education, the third is being banking, and the fourth is personal causes. We have built a model where people from around the world can come together, get educated, banked, and skilled on the principles of philanthropy and EQ, emotional intelligence, while creating a culture of global giving. During the education process, we will be teaching members how to utilize one of our tools for contributing called the Giving Box. This will allow us to fulfill the purpose of our core principles, as well as help contribute to the stories being shared in our community to engage the social revolution part of our culture. Here are some examples of our target areas of focus. Education. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development found that 50% of U.S. adults can't read a book written at an 8th grade level. Lack of formal education results in lower earning power and serious threats to an individual's long-term well-being. Banking. Globally, about 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked, without an account at a financial institution or through a mobile money provider. Health. Currently, nearly 1 billion people spend 10% of their household income or more on health expenses for themselves, a sick child, or another family member. In fact, we have some 3.8 billion people who lack access to basic health care. And housing. Currently, over 850 million people, more than the populations of the U.S. and the European Union combined, are living in informal settlements. So what is our ultimate goal? It's simply to empower you and people around the world to contribute toward anyone's cause in our ecosystem. Whether it is to help achieve a goal that helps someone in your family, your church, your country, your community, it really doesn't matter how big or small that vision or mission is. We will bring the nations together to help support those causes. And with our model being a model of philanthropy, we are confident that the Up2Give family will be there for you. Up2Give is a global correlation movement. So how does someone get educated in our ecosystem? Well, we partner with a company called Success Training Institute. This institute offers cutting-edge soft skills training in audio and video format so that you can better improve on skills like leadership, customer service, professional development, personal development, sales, team building, HR management, management training, and much, much more. In fact, you can even take additional courses to get certified in, like how to improve your brand and learn self-discipline, goal setting and time management, maintaining focus and empathy, and we're all practicing social distancing. How about social skills mastery? You see, these are skills that are not taught in school. You know what I want to hear from? I'd love to hear from Team Detroit and see how many of them have gone through these lessons yet. Aha. Now, with Success Training Institute, we offer state-of-the-art soft skills training designed for individuals, companies, and entrepreneurs. Here you can improve your skills in less than 10 minutes per day. Another pillar we're standing on is the banking industry. There's 1.7 billion people in the world who are currently unbanked. So we partner with a company called Ooh La La that wants to bring to you the future of banking. Be the first to send and receive money for a fraction of the cost, access microcredit offers from your favorite retailers, pay bills with ease, build credit, enjoy online shopping, and take charge of your financial future with our exclusive Ooh La La partnership without the need of having a bank account. Ooh La La is a full-service financial solution designed to empower communities. With Ooh La La, you're going to be able to facilitate and accelerate financial inclusion, build a global credit score, and with our microcredit offers, help the unbanked and underbanked community to build their credit history. Another pillar we're standing on is personal causes. We want to create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up2Give community. So the entire purpose of Up2Give is to give you a vehicle that you can Display and showcase your passion, your cause. What is it that you need a little bit of help with? I mean, it could be anything from getting yourself out of debt, paying for medical bills, maybe supporting your local church or nonprofit organization or charity, buying a new house, putting your kids through school. It doesn't matter. It's your cause. And that you'll be able to submit and have in our community of causes that people can contribute to. In fact, we currently have more than 50,000 causes and growing. Here's an example of a cause: providing safe shelter to homeless and abused women and children in crisis. When you figure out what your cause is, you'll be able to upload an image and a description of what it's all about. So when somebody comes to the website and they feel moved by your cause, they can contribute towards it. Here's an example of another one: the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So how does someone get started? Well, the first thing you're going to do is get back to the person who invited you, and they're going to show you how to set up an account and make your $32 monthly membership. The second thing you're going to do, you're going to contribute to personal causes in the community about $25 worth of Bitcoin. So I want to pause right here for 1 second, because this is your biggest risk. People are afraid when they join something that they're going to lose. And their biggest fear is that they're going to lose money. The cost of doing business with Up2Give from now through the rest of the year is $217. That's the cost of doing business. What is the benefit, the reward? The ability to receive more than 15 Bitcoin in contributions towards your cause multiple times. That's the reward. And the third thing you want to do is share with at least 2 individuals who join the community and do the same thing as you. If you can follow these 3 steps, you're going to have great success with Up2Give. Now, here's the sign-up process and experience. Let's say you're Maria in California. She shares a link with John. The moment John clicks on her link, the first thing he's going to see is her story. Now, John's in London. When he sees her story, he's going to have 2 options to contribute by either joining the community or supporting Maria's cause. Now, once John has clicked to join, the system will take him to the registration page where he can add his basic information. Now, here's John's experience. John now has 14 days free in the Up2Give community. What does this mean? Well, he has the opportunity to experience our back office and ecosystem. John can take the sample courses we have available in our Up2Give Academy portal. John has enough time to decide to become a member or simply contribute to Maria's cause. Now, let's assume that John decides to join Maria's journey. John will have before the 14th day midnight. And why is that important? Because we do our monthly membership the 15th of every single month. So he'll have that until to pay the $32 member fee in Bitcoin for the activation of his education program at Up2Give Academy. He'll have a story page and a user link to share. And the moment he contributes to Up2Give causes during that same period of time, he becomes a ground zero member of the Giving Box. Now, the Giving Box has 6 stages to it, broken up in 64 steps. And the more we contribute to each other, the more Up2Give is going to contribute back as well. So when you complete stage 3 of the Giving Box, Up2Give is going to give you a debit card so that you can start monetizing the Bitcoin you've been given through our ecosystem. With this step of philanthropy, we will start to help change the banking crisis in the world, where so many people lack the opportunity to own a debit card. Next is when you complete stage 4. You're going to have the option of choosing from 12 different cause-driven programs, and this is separate from your original cause, because with this cause, Up2Give is going to contribute on your behalf for reaching stage 4 about $1,500, and will help to make this go viral and create a story out of it. When you complete stage 5, coronavirus traveling allow, Up2Give is going to reward you with an all-expense-paid trip to a recognition event where top speakers from around the world are going to come teach about leadership, philanthropy, finance, personal development, and charitable causes. When you complete stage 6, Up2Give is going to require you to give 12.5% back to the community in the ecosystem. Stage 6 is very critical because this completes the vision and the goal of our CEO. And that goal is to help people to receive more in contributions and resources so that they can become philanthropists. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Everybody would love to give back to charity and philanthropy. It's a noble cause. The only problem is most people can't afford to. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people don't have $1,000 in their savings account. And the amount of giving back that they do has to deal with church on Sundays or an extra dollar at the grocery store. With this business, you'll be able to be a major contributor to philanthropy and charity. So how does Up2Give strive to be compliant? Well, number one, Up2Give does not touch the Bitcoin of anybody. How many times have you seen companies out there that say, give us all your Bitcoin, you can't withdraw for 8 months to a year, you don't have to do anything, and we are going to trade on your behalf and guarantee you that you'll make 1 to 2% a day on your money. Only to have the owners run off with everybody's Bitcoin before you have a chance to withdraw. The giving here is peer-to-peer, wallet to wallet, like getting in an Uber or a Lyft, or staying in an Airbnb. Only we're taking advantage of the greatest financial revolution the world has ever seen for the most amount of people, Bitcoin and blockchain technology. The only thing that Up2Give gets is $32 a month to operate as a company, and that goes towards your membership to Success Training Institute, which, by the way, is more than half off. And I've spent more than 6 figures in my career to learn these soft skills. Number 2, Up2Give is a major contributor in collective causes. And number 3, Up2Give is a giving model that even for nonprofit identities such as churches, mosques, and synagogues, is presented as a revolution of offerings in the ministry. The more they give each other, the more they receive. So what do you receive for the $32 a month? An entire ecosystem that will allow you to share your story to the world through our Up2Give.com blog. Access to our global education community at the Up2Give Academy. Access to the Giving Box, which allows you to be part of our community blog and social revolution stories that are inspired by members' philanthropical culture and cause-driven movement. And rewards for giving back to the community and their causes, which allows Up2Give to partner with you and create stories of our own when you start reaching stage 4 and above. So how does the contributing actually work? Well, let's talk about the Giving Box. And note, this is not a compensation plan. It is a voluntary tool designed so that you can increase your resources to help more causes and at the same time improve the lives of those who participate. We have something unique called the Global Community Line. This is not a binary. This is not a matrix. It is just one team, one community. When you pay your $32 at Up2Give, and you contribute to personal causes in the community, about $25 for the Bitcoin, this is going to enter you on what we call ground zero. There's 6 stages. Now, 64 steps. At each step, you're contributing and you're receiving. The more you contribute, the more you receive. Your goal is to share with at least 2 people who do the same thing and contribute $25 worth of Bitcoin on ground zero. You will now receive $50 worth of Bitcoin. So you've doubled what you contributed. That qualifies you to move to stage 1. Your goal at stage 1 is now to help those 2 people share with 2 people themselves. By doing so, they've received $50 worth of Bitcoin, and they're going to contribute that to move to stage 1. You just received $100 worth of Bitcoin. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger as you move through the steps. Now, the AI system is going to actively monitor all of your personals and their activity, which simply means this. Once you hit step 2, the AI wants to make sure that everybody receives something. However, it's going to reward those of you who are enrolling more individuals and helping your team move into stage 1. And what do I mean by reward you? It's going to contribute to you first. It's going to contribute to you first. You're also going to receive all contributions from your personals on ground zero and stage 1. Now, the magic happens when you hit stage 2 or step 2. Why? Because the global community line kicks in. The next person who enters step 2 after you, and it doesn't matter if it's your own personals or they come from anywhere around the world. It is part of your global community line, which means you're going to receive contributions from people you don't even know. But the system's going to fast track those of you who are helping others first and faster. Now, the Giving Box has 64 steps broken up into 6 stages. Right now, the company is only on step 3. So in between stages 1 and 2. So stage 2, which is steps 2 through 4, you're going to be contributing about $275 worth of Bitcoin. But you're going to keep in your wallet about $287 worth of Bitcoin. You contribute and you receive. And every stage is the same. It's only you're receiving more and you're contributing more. Stage 3, we're talking now about $1,300 worth of Bitcoin. Stage 4, 1.07 Bitcoin. Stage 5, 1.67 Bitcoin. Stage 6, 15 Bitcoin. What do you need to do again to qualify to reach step 2? Share with 2 people and teach them how to do the same thing. From there on out, what do you need to do to be qualified to go through all 64 steps? You need to help those 2 people that you shared this with have a total in your personal network about 30 people, 14 on the left side, 14 on the right. The global community line does the rest because 2 people does not equal 15 Bitcoin. And to receive 100% of all contributions on every step, you must help one person, just one person, move through the steps with you. Now, once you complete step 64, stage 6, you're going to have the option of coming right back into the giving box on stage 2. See, the people who contribute the most are stage 6 people. But who are they contributing to? Guess who they're contributing to? All of you. The same people who helped them go through the stages, you're now going to help them go through the stages yourself. Now, how many times or how fast can you make this happen? Well, that's completely up to you and the company, meaning not the company, you and the field, the community. We determine how fast this moves. There's 10,000 plus members in Ground Zero right now. When we reach about 50,000, you're going to see multiple people going through 64 steps. You're also going to be able to see these individuals that's completing the circle of contributing right back into the community, which speeds it up even more. So timing couldn't be any better for you. You're here at the beginning. So let's recap on how all this happens. When you pay your $32 at Up2Give, you're going to contribute about $25 worth of Bitcoin to causes. You're going to share with at least 2 individuals who do the same thing as you. Now you're qualified to receive Bitcoin toward your cause and purpose. We even have the Up2Give More initiative. What does this mean? Well, remember how I said the cost of you being in business from now to the end of the year is $217. But we've made it even easier for you. If you personally enroll 3 Up2Give members, then you're going to erase your monthly membership fee of $32. So now you only paid that $32 one time. And you contributed to Ground Zero one time. That's it. Also, the fact that you're going to receive contributions from every single person you share this with, those 3 people, you received $75 on Ground Zero. Those same 3 people hit stage 1. You received $150. That's $225 you've received before the global community line even kicks in on step 2. Now, we only have one. Oh, wait. I can't get that good news just yet. Now, that's the presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining us. There's 2 types of people at this point. The first type of person says either, Brandon, I'm all in, or I like it, but I got a couple of questions. Stick around. I have some new information for you. The second type of person says, Brandon, this is just not for me. Thank you anyway. No, thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule. We understand it's not for everybody. But get back to the person who invited you. Ask to see their cause. You might be surprised. I remember I did a presentation maybe 3 months ago, and I was doing live causes at that time. And I ran across one of our members' cause and actually took me up a bit. It was about his two children that were born with birth defects. It just hit me. I was like, wow. You know, as a parent, you can relate to that. So you'd be shocked. Take a look at their cause and ask or just contribute towards it. Help them out in their plan B. But then, by all means, please seek out a plan B of your own, because we've got to follow what Jim Rohn says. Building a financial wall around your family so high that nothing can penetrate it. We are living in very, very unique times. And I know every generation could say that. I've been stuck on this play called Hamilton about the Founding Fathers. Give me a different insight on the era that they lived in and the challenges that they faced. But the challenges that we face right now will go down in the history books. This time, interesting time to be alive. And we don't know what the world's going to look like on the other side. Only thing that's a guarantee is that it's not going to be the same again. Next year, we're going to be celebrating 20 years anniversary of 9/11. It seems like just yesterday. I could blink my eyes and see it like slow motion. 20 years later, we're still taking our shoes off at airports. But to do what Jim Rohn says, you got to follow what Les Brown says. You must be willing to do the things today others won't do, so you can have the things tomorrow others won't have. I made that decision years ago, and I was blessed and fortunate enough to be able to purchase my own freedom. What does that mean? I was making 3 times in my business than I was on my job, so I walked off my job and retired myself. Been living the flip-flop lifestyle ever since. And I don't say that to impress you, but to impress upon you that you're just one decision away. And then you take action after making the decision. So if you decide that this is not the vehicle for you, then please find something else. Now, for those of you that say this is for you, you've got some questions, here's a couple of disclaimers that this is a brand new opportunity with minimum data. We have no income claims are allowed. This is not a 6-month fly-by-night Ponzi scheme. Even though we've been around for 7 months, consider that pre-launch, because we are not even 100% of what Up2Give is offering. Those of you that were on the Pioneer call today, you got an inside scoop. You heard some things. You might have heard me say for the last couple of months, guys, there's still some stuff here that we haven't shared yet. We're not there yet. You've been hearing some tidbits. You got a lot of it today. So over the next couple of weeks, be prepared to be impressed. I see a whole lot of new stuff. We are just getting started, and your success depends on you. Now we have, for one more day, the voucher program. Now, what does that mean? Well, on the 15th is when our monthly dues is in place, the $32. So what we've allowed you to do is you can actually purchase up to 10 vouchers for $16 each, 1, 5, or 10. You can then give that voucher to somebody you would like to sponsor them into Up2Give. So there's no risk or cost to them. The only thing they must do is contribute $25 to the giving box. Now, why would you want to do that now before the next 24 hours? Because anybody that comes in with a voucher, when July 15th hits, the only thing that they'll have to pay is $18, not even the full $32. $18. That's it. So we only have about 24 hours left to take advantage of the voucher program. I like to call it the pay it forward strategy, because you will receive back more than what you paid it forward to. It's common principle. So with that, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Tomorrow, Thursday, is my busiest day. We've got an international presentation tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And then I'm doing the presentation again at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for America, just like tonight. So you invite people to the presentation and let me do all the talking on your behalf. So with that, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'll see you all tomorrow. Welcome all the new people who decide to join us with this. Shout out to Team Detroit. Yeah, I'm gonna hype you guys up, because you guys are making it happen. Who else is gonna stand up? Where's Chicago? Jane West. Where's Florida? Tampa. Stan Williams. Carolinas, Shauna Ross. Seattle, Bethany Gibbs. Jersey, Peter O. Oh, I can go on and on and on. Detroit's making it happen. I love it. See you all tomorrow. Brandon Ivy out. Bye-bye.